Antoine Hubert will climb to the top step of the podium after winning at La Castellet with the French flags flying in the background. What a moment for Hubert!
Really good job, really good job. This one is very special.
It's going to get close. It's
We start today, like many broadcasts before us, by paying tribute to Antoine Hubert, whom we sadly lost Saturday past. I think it's important that the online racing community has the opportunity and the platform to show their respects to Antoine and his loved ones. And I'm sure the people watching will express their thoughts on the chat log. The best way we know is to keep racing. So it's round 10 of Tier 2's SLR, and the track is Silverstone, and we are a little bit earlier. Normally we would be into the heart of qualifying, but we had a few things that we wanted just to run there at the beginning. But joining me today, as always, and he should be here now, I think, is Mr. Triton.
Hello, everyone. Yes,
Hey,
that was very well put from our lovely commentator, Mr. TipsyBob. There is only one way to actually pay respects that we can do, which is actually to keep doing what we do, and that's exactly what we are going to do today. Here in Silverstone, the home of racing, as some may say, one of the most famous racetracks on the on the calendar. um, but Yeah, it is very hard during these weeks to actually, drive, especially if you are heavily invested into Formula 2. I personally wasn't too much into it, so I don't it doesn't hit me as hard as it hits others. It was pretty hard to comprehend, I guess, because I mean it's been long since something like this has happened, and it's
Yeah.
kind of at the back of our minds, but we as virtual race drivers don't understand danger, I guess, yeah, or the dangers of driving, of course, because we're just sitting here on a video game in the safety of our house. Whereas these guys are absolute legends, just doing,
But I think
doing what they have
I
to do.
think the sense of loss though that the Formula 2 and the Formula 1 experienced, it kind of transcends right down across the entire racing community, which even stretches to the online community as well. And so I think it's normal for people to, as you were saying, it can be difficult. It is kind of difficult. I didn't really know how to approach today's stream because this is the first time we've gone live since those tragic incidents last week. But it's like we're saying, it's all we can do is just keep moving forward, just keep going, keep doing what all these people who have lost their lives in any form of motorsport, just to keep doing it, because I'm sure that's what they would probably want us to do. So yeah, that's, like I said, that's pretty much what we're gonna do. We're gonna just keep on going. But anyway, as I was saying, normally we'd be into the heart of qualifying, but we're just running a little bit, not so much late. I think we were just starting a little bit earlier, but we are kicking off now, and we should shortly see the boys on track for their first taste of this EGL's Silverstone qualifying. And the question I think most people will be asking is, certainly myself, Triton, are we going to get a dry race? Because we've been we've been pretty plagued with these wet races so far. I think last week was dry, but I just hope we don't get a wet Silverstone.
Yeah, I do not. I mean, we were talking about this earlier. This track, it seems like several people who are normally very quick are struggling a tiny bit. I mean, I'm not normally quick, but there are tracks where I know I am quite decent at, and I can gain some time out of. So I was giving an example of Singapore, where I know I can get more than than I think I can out of that track, or like Hockenheim, I think. But on this track, like the harder I push, the more time I lose, and even if I just kind of take it easy, I just go slow. Like I just am not very good at the track, as good as I think I feel like I'm driving. It's just I have nothing to gain that I can physically gain. I mean, there is obviously potential, because there are people who are doing much quicker laps, but it's just is a bit of a struggle, I think. It is not exactly the easiest track to drive, I would
Yeah.
say. It's labeled. Tipsy was telling me it's labeled as easy on the game.
Yeah.
I've learned not to trust any of what
Yeah.
the game tells me. Because I can tell you from experience that there are some tracks that are a little bit easier than this that are not labeled as such. But as we say, let's hope for a dry session.
Sorry, I've crashed. Sorry,
Did you
people.
crash?
Yeah, the game crashed on
Yeah,
me.
well.
Gonna
Oh dear.
try.
Well, the stream should still be
The
up.
stream is
Here, I'll
still
just.
live. Don't worry.
I will send you an invite. I think a lot of people who are crashing as well. I
Yeah.
think that is. Yeah, a lot of people are leaving now. I think we may have another technically difficult, whatever you want to say.
A technical difficulty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's setting up a new.
Okay.
Setting up a new.
Well, we're still on air. We're still live, and I have the lovely interview screen up. And
Yeah, so
bear with us, people, because we will be up and running again. This is things that happens with this lovely Codemasters game.
Yes.
But
So while we're waiting.
Yeah, while we're waiting, I was just going to pick up on what you were saying there about not trusting, not trusting. Oh, there's a bit of music. Not trusting what the game says. I kind of agree with you. Oh, it doesn't exist. Yeah, I'm going to wait for a new lobby. Who's making the lobby as a chief?
I think
OceanChief.
he is. Yeah, I think he is. He should be.
There we are. I'm in. So I should show the screen. Everyone should see the lovely lobby now.
Okay.
Just mute everyone. Make sure we don't get any in-game chat. And don't forget to go to spectator, Mr. Triton. Yeah.
Yes.
So you were saying about not trusting the in-game, how they rate the difficulty of the tracks, and I kind of agree with you, because what I think they rate Monaco and Baku as being hard or very hard, and Singapore. Whereas for me, I love those tracks. I think they're really easy. I just absolutely adore those tracks. But Silverstone, which says easy, I'm rubbish in it. I mean, it's like you're saying, there's guys, I see Jensen's in the chat as well, another really fast boy, the EGL champ. He sets these
You mean SLR EGL champion, or EGL whichever number champion, Jensen? You gotta give the number. Yeah, you gotta boast the numbers.
What do you mean? Oh, the sixth. What is it? What do you mean in terms of EGL tournaments?
Yes.
Yes, he is our sixth EGL champion, and 2SRL are the.
That was a little bit cringe. My apologies.
What? Hey. What was cringe?
My explanation there.
Oh,
of
don't
the
worry
numbers.
about it. Don't worry about it, Triton. Yeah, I was gonna say there's boys on this chat like Jensen, excuse me, who can set in these absolutely blistering laps in pretty much any track. Also Speedy. People will be familiar with Speedy, who races for the 2SRL boys. Another guy that just doesn't matter wet or dry, whether it's Hungary, Monaco, Baku, Silverstone, he's just always fast. And I mean, I'm really jealous of those guys. How they can just, doesn't matter what the conditions, they are just always really, really fast. Funny enough, I was checking Google. Of course, other search engines are available. What makes a driver, whether it's online or real life, what makes one human being faster than the other person? What is it they are doing that makes them faster? And from the little bit of research I've been doing, I think it ultimately comes down to how fast some people can think, in respect of how quickly they can process what they want to do and then make their body do it. And it's also connected to vision as well. And so whenever I was reading that kind of made me feel better, because it meant, okay, it's just that I'm not skilled. It's just that I have an unevolved brain, effectively. And these young kids coming up, although Jensen is not a kid, he's 30, I think. Isn't he? Sorry, I'm actually not. I'm doing myself a disservice there, because I'm actually older than him. So no, he's very young. Jensen is a kid. He's a baby, right? But the fact is, a lot of these people, the young fellas coming up, including yourself, Triton, are just so used. What?
I mean, to answer your question, I am neither old nor young. Put it at that.
Well, you're young to me. I would say. What age are you? 20, 21?
I'm 20 years old, yes.
They are, people. Mr. Triton is 20 years old.
Almost 21 in a few months.
Ooh, when's your birthday?
January. So a little bit coming up, but
Oh, you just
we're
did
in
something
September,
there,
so
which we are really going off topic here, but while we're waiting for these to kick off. Oh, it's kicking off now. But something I've always wondered um, about Americans. Anybody who's watching is American. You can also fill me in, but I've got an American here. What is it about the Americans whenever they speak, and it's mostly the females that do it? They do this kind of with their voice. It's like they start up really high and then they go really like that there. Like, what's that all about?
is that what I do? Because I'm not too sure.
You don't
No,
really do it as often, but I mean, I know whenever I do
I mean that's
listen.
probably the
Yeah.
yes, that's probably the Australian raised part of me.
No, no,
I
no,
don't know.
no, no. It's a very American thing. You know, they go down
Yeah.
and they talk like that there. It's like,
I don't know. I've never heard anyone. I never noticed that.
it's,
I'm gonna be paying
do you know what?
attention to that now.
Well, do you know
Good
what?
news, by the way.
Yes. Oh,
It is
yes.
not
Good
raining
news. It
anymore,
is. Yes, it's dry.
but we
Dry
don't know
in the
about the
United
rest.
Kingdom. Yeah. If anybody can is racing and streaming at the same time, although I don't see much happening on the track here. It's as it froze.
Uh, Still loading in.
Eh? Because I'm showing me the pit lane.
There we are. For me, it's good. Yeah, we should be getting going
Oh,
soon.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah. We're in now. So nobody's
yeah.
out in a lap yet. So we are in at last, everyone. Thank you for
Yes,
your
thank you.
patience.
Thank you. We have done it. Let's see what I hear the Discord popping off, so I'm concerned. Uh, I'm concerned for our potential race.
Yeah. So if you find anything out there,
Oh boy.
does that mean it's going to be heavy rain?
Yeah, we got rain in the race.
No.
Dude. Okay, stream's over, guys. Thank you for
Okay.
watching.
Thank you very much, everyone. That was your race. No qualifying will be your race. That's it.
Yeah.
What
So,
is it with this
I mean, it is
rain?
Silverstone.
Yeah. Well,
I
like
don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand what's happening. It's happening a little bit too often. So,
yeah. I mean, it's like every race we can think of, bar one so far. Oh, right. Well, where is it heavy rain or is it light? Do you think it's going to be full wets?
I'm gonna ask right now.
Yes. Find out if it's full wets. While we are running on board with Matthias. He is our main man at the up front. Wonder will I be able to get the standings on screen for people? Let me see if this is going to work.
I'm gonna ask you to run on board with Mr. Contender, by the way.
You would like me to go with Mr. Contender?
Yes, when he comes around, because I have some things to say. Real quick, we have a driver lineup change. After his impressive result last race, and a couple openings at Mercedes, because Tats and Qualthy are both stepping down. We have two new drivers. So we have GK Project, who's been subbing a bit, and has been part of the team, the SLR Tier 2 crew for a bit, along with his friend, I believe, Contender, joining Mercedes. So I have been told by Chief that Contender is quite fast here, so we're gonna see if that's true.
Just before you start your hot lap with him, Triton, I can say I've raced him and I've seen him. He is very, very, very fast.
And with that said, now let's get on board here with a hot lap of Silverstone here, onto the start-finish straight, get the best exit you can. And now through turn 1, I will try my best with the corner names. Try and take a little bit more on the inside than that, but it's safer as well to not. Here into the arena section at the 100-meter board. Tight in, slow in, fast out is probably your best bet. And then open it out and try and kind of let the car glide through there. Now onto the hangar straight, I believe, or tower straight. I'm forgetting the name. I think it's Tower Straight here. DRS open. Now coming up through Luffield, I think it is, or Priori as Terra called it here. Hug that late apex there. Let the car drift out and then get another late apex here into Woodcote, I think it is. And now onto the old start-finish straight here. Coming up to some of the most famous corners in Formula 1 here. This is Cop's corner here. Watch it here before the 50-meter board. Almost flat through here in a 2019 F1 car. Now coming up through the probably the most iconic corners in Formula 1 here. Flat through Maggots, slight lift and a downshift through Beckett's, and then into Chapel here, 5th gear. And now we come on to the hangar straight. This is the hangar straight, I believe. Now, flat now, 8th gear, coming up to another famous corner, probably my favorite on the corner, Stowe here. at the curb there, hit the brakes, 5th gear, let the car drift in. You can run a little bit wide, try not to overextend it. Now through the final corners here, the last chicane, before the 150-meter board, slow in again, fast out on the exit, get the best you can, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a lap of Silverstone, and that is a 127.1 off the bat. That is a pretty good lap without the corners, so, or without the track evolution. My apologies. It's one of my better hot laps because I know this track very well because I have done a total of 70 or 80 laps in the past 3 days to practice. So. It is. Happy birthday, Mr. Slash. Yes. I think 13, maybe 13. No, I believe he's older than me. I'm not too sure, but yeah. Let me check the chat here.
Hang on. Sorry. Yeah, people couldn't hear me.
I've been told by Mr. Bull.
Sorry, I had my microphone muted.
Wets. Okay. Thank you, Joel. It is full wets for the race, and then it might calm down at the end.
Yeah, so I had my microphone muted there, Triton. People didn't hear me. I said earlier on, I think it's Slashy's birthday, so happy birthday, Slashy. And also, we have also on the chat, and I hope I'm saying, I think I was corrected the last time, so it's Elementrix.
Yes.
Have to give her a mention.
Yes. Okay.
Anyway.
I think you heard me, but yeah, we are
yes.
full wets. This may dry out in the end for inters, or may get a little bit better. I mean, but I mean that's not really what we want. So I'm gonna have a word with Chief about this because I think he is doing some voodoo magic on the dynamic weather, but
Elementrix asks in the chat, who is going to die first?
I mean,
I would imagine that's me, considering I'm the oldest, but I don't think that's what she means.
I think it's gonna be me because I'm gonna have a heart attack from all this freaking rain. But anyways, you got your whole life ahead of you, Mr. Tipsy. I am.
No, in terms of the chat on the race, who do you think's going to die first? I mean, it's not nice trying to predict.
We can't answer that question. Yeah. We can't answer that on here.
I mean, we would. I'm sure we kind of have our suspicions, but that's all. That's all they'll be.
I've learned that these tier 2 guys are unpredictable. They're the pinnacle of excitement. I mean, we've had some fairly exciting racing from them, and some pretty impressive.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think some of the racing in tier 2's been fantastic. Sorry, Triton. Yeah.
Yeah, some questionable things here and there, but that happens with league racing.
Yeah.
Can't really hold anyone to that standard. I'm not going to mention any names because that person is probably getting off of work and is not going to be happy if they come home and see me talking about them on the stream, but I think you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, I think would he have the same initials as me, TB?
I believe he does, and I believe he drives in another league called 2S Racing League. But anyways, I love you, man. I'm sorry. Don't.
Yeah, you're just digging a hole, Triton.
Don't take away my Ferrari seat that I
Stop while you're ahead.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, what I can say, if I was in this race, okay, and it was a wet race, it would probably be me that would be dying first because I hate the wet races.
Me too. I have just, I mean, I think I mentioned this many times. I have turned off Racing Line for the 2019 entirely, and I do not like racing this track in the wet. I did 2 laps, and both of them were atrocious. I mean, I think.
Sorry, I'm just reading. I'm reading Tara's. I'm reading Tara's comment. Soon to be named. What is that? 20 SRL after the number of points he got.
I think Tara's Williams seat's going to be vacant soon too.
I think we're going to have a seat available soon.
I think we're going to have several seats open after this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
gonna be
McLaren, Ferrari, and Williams.
musical chairs. Yeah.
So yeah, we speak after we speak after
Milos
bits.
goes
Anyways.
mies in chat. It's actually quite handy having this chat open because then I can interact a little bit better.
Yeah, I would have it open if I had a second monitor screen.
I'm
or
just
my
using
phone.
my mobile device.
Yeah, my mobile device unfortunately likes to drain the battery by doing that. So, anyways,
Yeah.
so far, the man who we thought would be running away with this is Mr. Onion Barge, our current, I think, championship leader as of last race, is currently P2 behind Mr. Contender. So,
Well, I can tell you. So, people who are regulars to the Tier 2 stream will of course know the heavyweights of Tier 2: Onion Barge, Silver, Matthias, Ag. When Bance is here, he's also another one. But that's all going to suddenly get a bit crowded because, as we were saying about earlier about Contender, I have said already, I've raced him and I have also watched him, and he is the real deal. I would expect to see him move up to Tier 1 at some point. So I think Onion's going to find this, pretty hard work to try and catch Contender. I'm also looking forward to seeing how he does against them because Onion is pretty one of the leading guys in Tier 2. Excuse me. I always get the hiccups when I'm streaming. I don't know why. Maybe Terry can give me a bit of advice on that. Yeah, but so no Aaron, or Ag as he's normally called. So just whenever Onion thought he's going to have it all to himself, we go and bring in Contender. Oh, sorry, I just noticed Hugo's also here. Another fast guy.
yeah, he hasn't done a lap yet. I think he's waiting till the end. Yeah, Onion started his lap, but then invalidated it. So I think he's gonna try and go again, but yeah, because he's not gonna be starting on these tires anyways. I don't know why Vinny has done a lap on mediums. I mean, maybe he was just trying to get the feel for the track. He did do a 28.1 on them, I believe. If that was his best lap, yeah, that is his best lap. He did a 28.1 already off the bat, and I don't know how big. I think there's a half a second gap between the tires, so he has a good amount more to go, and that could easily be up in the top 5 if some of these guys do not speed up. Like Silver, for example, he is just in the 27s. He has probably got more than that to give. He is very quick, as we know. I don't know if he's still tweaking with running some no assists, but yeah.
Sorry. No, I'm just reading the chat. So Molo asked, can I put the gap to the leader up, which I have. But Milos says, no, you have to count.
Unlucky. So somebody's taken out the 100-meter board. And
Nobody likes it. We don't like that. We don't approve of that.
We do not approve of that at all. There are people here who do not use Racing Line as well. Timo, I know, doesn't. Hugo, of course, isn't running any assists. Vinny doesn't. Contender already extends his advantage again, by the way, by a tenth of a second, I believe. So, Onion Barge has got, I think, one more attempt at this, judging by the timer, 5 minutes. Verk is sitting in P3 at the moment, looking good as well. Looking a little bit more comfortable than
I don't know how much truth this is, because you have to take what Slashy says with a pinch of salt. But although he may be right, he says that Hugo's strat is to start on hards. I mean, doubt.
I don't know about that, man. X for doubt.
X
there
for doubt
from me. So. I mean, I don't know why he would want to do that when it's gonna rain.
Yeah.
He's not gonna start. Yeah, he's not gonna start on these tires.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who are unfamiliar with some of the F1 rules and whatnot, since we do have, and especially if you're just tuning in, we are gonna be, as you can see, in a dry qualifying, but we are gonna have a full wet race for the 7,000th time in a row. And no, it's realistically it's like the 4th time in a row. Yeah, 4th time. So since it is dry qualifying but wet race, the drivers will be starting on fresh wet weather tires, and it's going to be full wets instead of the intermediates. So you can qualify on whatever tire you want, and it will not matter. Whereas normally you would qualify, or you would start the race on the tires you qualified your best lap on.
Yeah, I'm just
So
noticing that Milos tell me that there was a certain emoji after Slashy's comment. It doesn't show on my phone, Milos, so I missed that.
let me see if it shows on mine.
Oh, we have Icewind in the chat. Icewind, you are our pit lane reporter. So if you find out anything juicy, feel free to drop in by and let us know. We also have Kitsune, or Kitsune, as she keeps telling me to say. Kitsune. I believe she is our chat moderator, which I didn't even know existed, but there you go. She's going to keep all the boys and girls in check.
So don't step out of line, yeah. Like, I'm not going to give names again. Anyways.
We're on board with Adam. See how he's getting on. P9. So, I mean, I was doing a bit of a practice session with some of the SLR boys yesterday on Silverstone, and my goodness, I'm slow. I mean, nothing new there, but in Silverstone, I'm really slow. 1 minute 28.
He goes, meanwhile, goes P5, 27.5 there. So yeah, it seems as though it's getting a 26. Oh, and he is into the wall on purpose because he's going to be not able to run another lap. But interesting way to go out. Onion Barge, meanwhile, is coming out as well. As is...
They are.
I don't think Contender's coming out yet. Vinny is P2 while we weren't looking, by the way.
But I'm just engrossed in the chat, which is unprofessional. I mean, I should be covering the stream, but
not at all.
As we say in Ireland, it's a good bit of crack.
Yes.
Yes, Elementrix, you need to be on your best behavior this time, or Kitsune will moderate you.
I have been told by I've heard around that she has a short temper and will be very, very quick to me. No, I can't say that. She's. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
A fiery woman. Yes, I can confirm that Kitsune is also a fiery woman.
Yes. She what was it? I had a Tower Unite story, but and I believe it includes all of us from 2SRL. But
I remember Milos, or Cursed, and people would probably know him as Cursed. I think he's spectating this race. Is he someone's engineer today? Or maybe you can even tell us, Milos, if you can, on the chat, who are you engineering today?
I can answer that for you right now.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. Go ahead.
It's Hugos and Mr. Thimo, because he is the McLaren chief team principal, if you didn't know.
Ooh.
So it doesn't apply to Tier 1, unfortunately, so Popo and I are a bit screwed in that sense, but we fend for ourselves. So yeah, I envy Tier 2 McLaren. They have the best gig out of this.
Yeah, so Molio, I hope I'm not murdering your name. Molio, he's asking, can you engineer? So, I mean, I guess we should maybe try to explain that. I actually don't know how it all started out. I'm assuming because some of you guys do the iRacing. I remember watching some of Terror's races on iRacing. You would have, Bance and Revo and Bilosh, or Cursed, I keep calling Bilosh, kind of, talking to him what's happening on track. So I'm only assuming that's probably what they're trying to do for Formula 1 as well. But from what I know, Molo, the guys basically just spectate what's happening in the race and keep one of their friends or one of their drivers updated in terms of what's happening up ahead, who's got time penalties, maybe when will be a best time to change, things like that there. So we just call it like your own personal engineer, which I think it's not right.
Oh dear, sorry to interrupt you. Yes, Adam is off the road. He was on a flyer and it looked to be a good lap, but he is off the road. So that's unfortunate for Adam. He is sitting P5 though, so it's not looking too bad for him. But yeah, he just went right around that Stowe, unfortunately. But meanwhile, we've got laps here. Onion Barge crosses the line and is not on pole position, just misses out by just under a tenth at the moment. So Kutender's lead is looking good at the moment. Gary OC, a reserve we have, is currently P4. Adam finishes P5. Keyboard Manson unable to improve either, goes to P8. Silver still has to do a lap. He's P10 at the moment and is under a bit of threat here. Potentially. I don't know how FGK is going to improve or not. And Matthias still has to put in a lap as well because he is P17, so Racing Point struggling. But and Thimo is only able to manage P18, and that is that for him, unfortunately. But
I think Contender might be just about to improve his time. I think he may just squeeze into the 26s.
Yeah, if he can do that, that would be an impressive lap. And he just barely misses it, but a 27.0 is still very respectable. Burke crosses the line for P5. Neth Luke crosses for P7. Silver has to cross the line right now. Let's see if he can improve. Is he going to? He does a 26.7 or 27.6, so P9, and Matthias is P10 with a very close lap time, just barely off his teammate. And I believe Mosey Gaming is trundling right now. I think he's out of fuel. Yeah, so he's gonna try and cross the line here to just get it, so he doesn't have to keep us waiting. So thank you, Mosey.
Molo says in chat that Gary OC is very fast, usually at Silverstone.
He appears very fast, yes. 27.2 is a very impressive lap time, so.
But being fast in the dry is one thing. Being fast in the wet is another thing entirely.
Yes. So that is the grid. And as Mr. OceanChief predicted, Contender, pole position, very good job on his full-time debut, not his actual debut, but
Onion Barge is not too far off him, you know.
Yeah, this is gonna be a close one, especially Vinny. He told us Vinny was gonna be a little bit slower. That's not what I would call slow. Barely off pole position himself as well. So, and Gary OC as well in that fight as well. So, this is shaping up to be a potential good head-to-head. So.
But then we see the rain.
Yeah, and there it is. Yes, full rain, or full wet rain here. So we are gonna be seeing the blue tires. This is
I would
not
say
what we wanted to see. I don't think.
No.
So.
Well, it's like we said the last time out that the rain kind of kills it. Where were we last week?
Austria.
Austria, yes.
I think, yeah.
It started off to be a fantastic race, absolutely quality. I was really enjoying it, and then the rain came, and then it just kind of sucked everything out of it. But I think it's whenever they switched from the intermediates to the full wets. No, I didn't. Some guy switched to the full wets and it didn't work. But near the end of the race, it started really kicking off whenever the safety car came out. I think we could probably expect a few people going off today, mainly because of the the rain. But Silverstone has that kind of thing about it, especially in the wet. Well, maybe it's just me. I usually end up losing it somewhere on Silverstone. So we're just waiting for the boys to load in. Please don't give us a migrating host.
I am very concerned right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what's happening. I'm gonna check Discord. Yeah, apparently something is broken again.
For goodness sake.
So Codemasters.
We're in.
No.
We're in. And there's a bit of mayhem going on the screen for me. What the?
So yeah, I think. Yeah, we have got to restart because there's a glitch.
Yeah.
Codemasters, if I have a message for Mr. Lee Mathers. You see, can you just watch this and yeah, fix
How many
the game.
Formula One races has he seen that does this?
Yeah, this is very great. I can't even pause my game. Fun fact. So
Yeah, neither can I actually.
So I think we got ultra for it.
I mean, did they not listen? Did they not watch the EGL tournament?
Oh,
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I would have to probably I would tell you to unplug your internet connection so it kicks you from the thing properly. But we have a stream up, so.
Oh, let me see what I can do here. If
Yeah,
someone can invite me.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some intel real quick. I will be right back as I venture into the general chat of another Discord.
So I'm assuming Chief will be opening it up. So just close that. Close that. Let me see. We'll try and join on Chief. Trusty Chief disconnected. Okay. My good trusty Chief mate. Will join him. Let's see what happens. We are back in. So mute all. Spectate. So Triton's obviously in the other chat or the other Discord trying to find out what is going on. While he's getting everyone, while we're waiting for everyone to get ready. I don't know. We can just only apologize to the people watching. This is going to be, it's going to be a long evening. I mean, on the plus side, I suppose.
I have returned.
Yes, I was just going to say on the plus side to the people listening or watching. On the plus side, it increases the opportunity for us to get a dry race.
Potentially, yeah, unless he keeps the weather. Because that is always the possibility. I would think that since the qualifying was based off of the weather report, I would think that should be done. We should probably just keep it wet for the sake of the race. But this is the second time in one league race that we have had to reset the lobby. I think that says a lot.
Yeah, they need to do a custom, as Jensen even as he's mentioned it, as a few other people have said it as well. Grid editor and customize the weather just for total, fairness. What's the word I was looking for? There's some better words than that. That doesn't matter. You all know what I'm trying to say. So it will be a wet race. And we are going to have the customized grid, which should put everyone back in the order of which they qualified. Hopefully someone got a screenshot of it, or everyone knows where they all are.
Or somebody can rewind the stream. I'm sure Chief.
Oh, good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. If there need be, I will go back into the stream. Do some searching.
Kitsune saying on chat, I want carnage.
I believe the proper term is yeetage.
Oh, that's correct. Yes, Mrs. Kitsune, you need to correct that. It is yeetage.
Yes. So now that as soon as
Mr. Triton and I, we want epic racing. We don't want to see any yeetage.
For that, yes.
Oh, just getting everyone ready, getting them all in. So what's this going to be the second time trying this? Hopefully, this time it works. Meanwhile, while I'm waiting for everything to kick off, let's see what the people are saying in chat. Dead Pixel, Thimo be wanting Chief to do the. I need to do Dead Pixel's accent because. That down the south there, Thimo be wanting Chief to do the switcheroo with him and Wimpy. How's that? I hope he doesn't get too offended by that. Milos, well, I want a successful love life, but that's not happening. So unlucky, Mr. Bitsoon. Okay, that last comment, I'm not even going to try and say that. What language is that? Dead Pixel, shake my head. Icewind says, Tipsy, drag me into commentators for 1 second. Okay.
So I got that under control.
Oh, you've got it? Mr. Triton's going to do it. So
bring
him in for 1 second and then kick him back out again. Hello, yes. Mr. Icewind.
Just some news from the pit lane. Hello to everybody viewing the stream. We're going to run a dynamic weather. So not gonna change it back the way it was. That's what the weather gods tell me.
Okay, so then we may have a shot at a dry race, Tipsy. If it still rains again,
this is what I heard from Mr. OceanChief.
Sorry, I missed that. So we're not going to be running wet. Oh
we're
yes,
dynamic.
Dynamic. Yeah. Okay. So then it'll we as Triton says, we may well get a dry race.
Yeah, there's a chance for that now.
I know. I mean, some people may not be happy about that because they would probably want to see it as it would have been, which I think is a fair comment to make. For me personally, I would like to see it dry because overall, I think you get a far better racing stream. You get it's better for us to commentate, and I think it's just better to watch people, full attack racing. Whenever you get a wet track, again, it's just my own opinion. It's just people just trying to survive more than anything.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not sure how it was actually when it started now, but I think it was something like it would rain less toward the end of the race, and we can't really change it to that. So it's gonna be dynamic, and we'll see what it is. But
Chief.
it's in England, so
Oh dear.
Yes, well, the United Kingdom is kind of used to being wet. But the people are readying up. 10 seconds on the countdown. Thank you, Mr. Icewind. You are welcome to
no
come
problem,
in
no
anytime you want.
all right,
Thanks, man.
thank you.
Okay, we dodged a bullet there. Mr. OceanChief nearly did not go spectator, which would have been an issue. So thank you again, Mr. Icewind. Yes, very, very interesting insight. So we have a chance. We have a chance.
Third time lucky, as we say.
Yes.
Are we going to get a dry race? Hopefully, I hope that we do. But I suppose if it was to be as full, I can't remember that word I'm trying to remember. Mr. Oxfordian will be helping me out. There's a word I'm trying to think of. Doesn't matter. But we have a dry race.
Oh, it has happened.
Unless they're doing qualifying, are they? I don't think so. No, it's straight into the race. It was a custom grid, and it's a dry race. Yes, there's a lot of love in the chat for the admin teams of SLR. They are working behind the scenes. Pretty top admins we have on the SLR. Don't often hear them on the chat. I would mean in terms of the commentating, you don't always hear them. Sometimes you might be lucky if you get two of the admins. That would be Pixel and Chief commentating sometimes, but generally they like to keep a low profile, working in the background. And I know firsthand as well, doing the EGL tournament with Thimo, that we couldn't have ran that if we didn't have the excellent work of the boys working behind in the scenes. Pixel and Icewind and Chief and Wimpy and Maple and who else was it? There was somebody else, was there? I think that was it. Yeah. Forgive me if I forgot someone. I am old, but yeah, the admin team are fantastic for SLR.
You're forgetting one admin. Forgetting one. I think you mentioned Mr. Praetoris and Danny.
Praetorius.
And
yes. Well, I was more talking about the EGL.
Oh, the EGL
Yeah.
admins. Yes. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the SLR admins then.
So Milosh is saying that some people are going and some people aren't. So do we have another issue? I don't think I've ever done a stream in anything so far whereby potentially, I don't want to scupper it, but potentially three attempts at hosting a game or a race has suffered technical issues.
I think I'm gonna send the stream into Codemaster's office. Maybe I might have to finesse my way through some of their.
I'm gonna have to start ranting soon again at Lee Math and Codemasters because this is getting.
Let's not forget. We can't put that on, can we? Mid. Can you put the clip in midstream?
What clip?
Brazil.
Oh, whenever Bance hits the invisible barrier and then I hit it as well. That one.
Yes, and we lost 3 great men that day. We lost you, of course. The greatest. We lost Mr. Bance, and we lost the absolute legend himself, Mr. Mac Jagley. Never forget.
That was also we lost our constructors title. We were gonna clutch. We didn't get it.
Yeah. How McLaren lost the constructors title in season 4 of 2SRL. We can tell that story right now. We are going, but that's because Chief left the session. So yeah.
Oh no, this is getting really frustrating now, Codemasters. Seriously, we're gonna have to issue this into the glitch report that we have building in SLR, which is going to be making its way to an email or an inbox somewhere in Codemasters. Because this is just ridiculous. I mean, seriously, you can joke around with it as much as people want to, but this is getting ridiculous. We are trying to run a league. We are trying to get it as professionally done as we can. And let's face it, none of us are real professionals, really. But we're doing the best we can here. People are working in the background. There's a lot of effort getting put into these. People are taking the time to host these, to get everything set up. The admins are in the background doing their work. The boys and the people here racing, people watching it as well. like I said before, you know, people are putting so much effort to try and make something in this, to try and make a hobby, try and make a community, and the only thing we ask, for goodness sake, is give us a stable online game. This is ridiculous. Oh, so frustrating.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, this is actually like this isn't even funny anymore. This is just absurd.
Please, everyone, stay with us. We will have a race. It seems to tell me to calm down. I am always calm. I'm never angry. I can get frustrated, and I'm just getting a little frustrated with Codemasters right now. But no, I'm calm. Don't worry.
All right, we got another lobby. Sorry everyone who's watching the stream
Is
as well.
Chief hosting it? Because Chief's hosted the
He
last
is.
few. It's crashed on him.
Yeah, I think somebody else should.
Yeah, maybe someone should host. I don't know who else could host. Because I mean, what time is it? We are now 52 minutes over the scheduled race time. 52 minutes. Not all of it, of course, was to do with Codemasters, but a hell of a lot of it is because of that. Right, don't forget to ready up on terms of the spectator, Mr. Triton, Mr. Chief, if you're listening as well, Belosh, if he's here.
He is
He's not here
because
yet?
we need space. Yeah, we need the space for.
All right.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many times we're going to try and run this, everyone. This will be the third time. Hopefully it's third time lucky. But I mean, I don't know how many times we can go on, how much we have to label or labour the point. Codemasters, if you see this, fix your online features, please. I personally don't do career mode anymore. I know there are some people that do, some people here in the race. There are a few guys who are quite successful at running some streams, Mr. Jensen himself, having his own YouTube channel doing career, and he's very successful at it. I personally don't do career mode anymore. I only do online racing, and I know there's quite a few people as well that only do the online racing. So we're spending money for something we cannot enjoy effectively because it's unstable. So please give us a stable online feature, because this is beyond ridiculous. Yes, Jensen says career is the only game mode that doesn't crash. Slashy says, meanwhile, McLaren are fixing Thimo's car. That band's spec is not going according to plan.
Oh, unfortunate. Chief needs to go. Spectator. So if somebody can.
Yeah, so Mr. Chief, if you're listening, spectator mode.
And then we can get this show on the road.
Spectator mode. Because, yeah, it's running way over. We're way over. We're almost an hour. 5 minutes for me anyway, and it'll be an hour.
I have to eat.
Yeah, Triton has to eat, people.
Yeah.
Codemasters.
If we go past 12:45, what's gonna happen here?
If you have to go eat, man, you can go and do a quick eating, and then you can join me back.
Yes, I will. I mean, I ate breakfast, so I should be good. Luckily, something told me to eat breakfast today. I usually don't. I usually get up at 10 o'clock, come straight to the computer.
Whoa,
fix up the stream.
Yes, whoa. Everyone, put the brakes on. Did you say you usually get up at 10 o'clock a.m.?
Yes, I'm on vacation.
What? You're what?
I'm on vacation.
Right, well, suppose I'll let you off then. I get up at 6 a.m. every morning.
I usually get up at 5 a.m. for college, yes.
Okay, I actually get up at 4 a.m.
I'm not even trying to one-up you. That's legitimately what time I get up at.
6 a.m.
Yeah, I think I talked about this before.
Sorry?
Yeah, I talked about this before, how I usually purposely choose classes that are at 8 in the morning for my college, and that requires me to get up at 5, get ready, leave the house at around 6:30ish, and then drive like an hour-ish to my college campus and be there an hour early so I can get parking.
Yeah, Mr. Pixel saying he gets up at 5 a.m. for university as well.
Yes.
Jensen,
That's
10
the
o'clock.
commuter life.
He says 10 o'clock, and then he's doing his second nap at work. We're loading in again, and the only person we're waiting on is Mr. Thimo Braun. Don't do this to us, Thimo. There we go.
So, okay. So I've been told by Dead Pixel that apparently Timo is reverting to the 98 Melbourne spec.
Oh.
So yeah, it seems that the current McLaren chassis is giving issues. So we're working on it. We, as a wise man told me, we speak after.
Well, I think because this has went on for over an hour now, we should be in the heart of the racing. We're gonna have to do an extra special commentating. We're gonna have to have lots of drama.
Oh my lord, do we? Timo has. Oh, we lost Timo, but I see the timer for once. But I don't know if that's legitimate.
Yeah, I see the timer too.
So
There is hope.
Timo needs to. I need to quickly re-invite him. He can make it back in
Look,
time.
do you know what? Yes, the stream is running on a little bit longer, but the people can stay because I personally sat watching 4 hours waiting for the SpaceX Starhopper, which lasted, I think, what was it? How long did it go up for? A few minutes, just. So here we go. Is there a formation lap?
I see several cars on the grid. I see some of them. Yeah, okay, this is formation lap. We're good. We did it, sort of. We unfortunately might have lost somebody, though. I think Timo might. And we have, I see migrating hosts, because I think Chief just crashed.
Yeah,
So-
but somebody might be able to pick it up.
But the host, it picked up a host, so we should be good.
So I'm just going to run down everyone here, make sure everyone is moving on track. And then we might, just might, be able to get a race going. No
Dry
thanks,
to
the
wet
Codemasters.
is what I'm told.
Dry to wet. Oh,
Yeah,
we
we
got a
can
car
escape
off in the
it.
formation lap.
Oh dear.
Who was that? Who was that? It was Crimsonium. And there's a Renault as well. Larson as well.
Yeah, they have made contact, so they are disqualified. So that is not what you want to do in Silverstone, is start on a cold tire, or a cold set of tires and a cold set of brakes. So
There is a gentleman in chat with language that I cannot pronounce. So forgive me, but I do not know what you're saying, my man.
dear. So we have a problem here. So Gary, Onion Barge, and Silver.
Jensen's asking who picked Inters in the formation lap. That might be a bug, Jensen. I don't know. I don't know if it's genuine or not because I don't see nobody with Inters on the formation lap for me.
Yeah, we have a problem here. Onion Barge, Silver, and Gary have all chosen medium tires for the start, where the rule was you start on the tires you qualify on. That applies for the top 10, and they are all in the top 10, and they have chosen the wrong tires.
So
I mean, they assumed it would be raining, so that's why they did what they did. But I mean, still, they were going to do that anyways, I think, because the strategy here is a plain, straightforward one stop. But we will discuss this after.
well, we got a race on the hands. Do you want to call it, or the start, or me, you? What?
I think that's up to the streamer. It is up to you.
I don't mind.
Okay, I guess I will do this then.
You can do
See if I still have it in me. As soon as I get a camera angle, which I'm not getting at the moment.
I'm trying to run with.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, we got 5 lights here for Silverstone. And we are finally go here in Silverstone. Good start from Kutender. Good start from Vinny as well. Onion Barge gets a little bit of wheel spin there. Verk as well gets away very well. Hugos makes up a couple of positions here. And we've already lost Gary. Gary's off already and has made contact with somebody. So already Carnage. And
yeah, we've lost.
Yeah, Nethluke and Adam off. And Nethluke already retires as well. So yeah, a wheel already gone for Gary. And Adam off as well. Oh dear.
Yeah, Hugo's really close on Verk. Who's everyone's really close in the first lap. Let me see who we'll run on board with.
Yeah, so far it's...
Yeah, so I'm not sure what happened at the back there. There was a Ferrari went off of Gary, then Nethluke, and then Adam as well, I think, got caught up in that. But one lap
Yeah.
done, and Contender has retained that P1. And Vinny, I think Vinny must have got the jump on Onion Barge.
Yeah, Onion Barge had a good amount of wheel spin. I saw a lot of smoke kicked up. I'm not sure if that was just did not get the getaway he needed. He was on those medium tires, which is probably why they all had a lot more grip than he did on the start here. Even Silver lost out a bit. That might have been what caused Gary a bit, is starting on those medium tires. So yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. I mean, again, he should not have been starting on those tires. He should have been starting on the softs. He qualified on the softs or in a dry race. I know the rules are a bit messed up, but again, we will probably have to discuss this afterwards.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, Hugo's really trying to get past Verk. He was squeezing up on the back end of him there, but Verk was able to hold him off.
Yeah. Meanwhile, let's talk about Wimpy. Wimpy has made up 5 positions. Van Beats, another reserve who we have not mentioned, has made up 10 positions and is in P9 now. So looking good for him in the Alfa Romeo so far. Also Inferno Koi, he said how he hasn't played in a while, and he's made up good ground on the start, P8. So 8 positions up there as well. So looking good for him so far. Hopefully he can keep it clean and get some points.
So this battle for the top 3 positions here, Contender, Vinny, and Onion Barge. Contender's not stretching as far away as he probably would have liked. I think I remember hearing Jensen, or reading something Jensen said in the chat about if you've got equal pace to the guy.
Yeah, there we go. Contender, I'm sorry to interrupt you. He went onto the grass there. Now Vinny's got a really good run on him. No DRS yet on lap 2, but they're going to go wheel to wheel into Stowe Corner. One of the best overtaking places on the track. Contender on the inside holds it off a bit. Vinny tries to feed around the outside here, goes wide. And this is all feeding into Onion Barge's hands. And can he get ahead here? He has the inside line into the final chicane here. Contender tries to feed it around the outside and gets the position back. But, oh boy, we got a fight here now. Vinny tries to keep going here. They're still wheel to wheel onto the start finish straight. Oh, they make contact. I think Vinny lost some front wing from that, potentially. I saw something. I'm not sure, but I might have been wrong. But wow, that was some great fighting there. Sorry.
It's alright. And it's going to continue on here as well, but we've also trying to keep an eye on that, as well as keep an eye on Hugo and Verk. Because Hugo was trying to do the same thing Vinny did, but Verk was able to hold him off.
Yeah, there's DRS now as well, so everyone's going to have some good run here now as well. Yeah, Vinny already pulling to the outside here. Contender goes defensive, but is unable to do much at the moment because Contender is placing his car in all the right positions right now. Also, Vinny, right behind, I'm sorry, not Vinny, Wimpy is currently P7 pressurizing Matthias, who both of them have made up places on the start as well, looking very good. So.
Yeah, some people are saying on the chat about because of that
Vinny gets a penalty.
Yeah, because of that tire, the mix-up on the tires, it's basically a breach in Parc Ferme, which some are saying is results in a disqualification.
Oh dear. Okay, so if that gets reported, then that is big problem for Onion Barge.
Hugo's going for the move on Verk. He's tried it the last lap. Is he going to be able to make it stick this time? I think he's got the inside line. He's got the move done, but Verk is hanging on there.
Oh yeah, holding his line there. Hugo does get ahead though, I think, for the moment. Yeah, he does. So well done from them. We know these two have a little bit of history from last race in Austria, so to put it lightly.
Verk has a bit of history with the McLarens in Canada, and he goes to the inside of Hugo.
Nice. Down the inside. Hugo gives him the space though, and Mosey Gaming gets a penalty as well. Now Hugo has the inside here. Van Beats also gets a penalty, so Silverstone's track. Or the the track limits are starting to play its effect. So
that worked nicely for Verk. Yeah, that worked nicely for Verk because he was able to get his move done, and then he also got the benefit of the DRS.
Yeah, he had. I think you cut out there for me. But yeah,
Sorry?
he did have DRS, so that helped out. Yeah. See what's happening up front here. Onion Barge, still all over the back. Oh, he's gonna miss his turn in there a bit, but. Still trying to get all over the back of Vinny to try and claim P2, but I mean, if I were Onion Barge, I wouldn't worry about that at the moment. Just keep racing, you know.
Yeah.
Better because it's done now. And may as well just keep going. He has DRS now. Contender might just be sitting here a little bit, but he might be clear for the moment. We do know that the slipstream is not very powerful in this game, and we do know that the DRS though is quite powerful.
Is, very
Oh
powerful.
dear, Hugos and Verk. Verk makes contact with Hugos on the he was behind him and goes off the track. So I'm not too sure what happened there. I didn't catch that until the end. So Verk loses out a lot of positions.
Like
once
you said,
again,
they have had a bit of an issue. Was it the last race?
Yeah, once again they come together for the second week in a row. Inferno Koi losing a bit of ground as well here now. Crimsonium and Keyboard Magnuson, I think, made their way past him. Or yeah, they made their way past him, and he's still in P10 though, so he's on those medium tires. He did start outside the top 10. He is allowed the tire choice, so he just has to make it work. Silver as well is down in P11, but he did not qualify in the top 10, so he's in the same issue, or he just has the same issue that Onion Barge might be having, as Onion Barge does get past Vinny. I did not see that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I never noticed that myself. I was watching what happened with Hugo and Verk, but Onion Barge has got a really good drive out of that exit, and he's right on the back of Contender already. Might want to lift off, not to want to get into the dirty air. So this is where he's going to have to hang on and be patient as we go, what is it, Maggots and Baggots, I think they call them?
Yes, Maggots, here through Maggots, down through Beckett's, and then into
Contender
Chapel.
runs a little bit wide.
Contender runs wide. Yeah, that's going to hamper him for his run onto the hangar straight now, because here comes Onion Barge with DRS and the slipstream. Not much Contender's going to be able to do here, but hold it on the inside here, turn out the battery. Is he going to be able to stick with him, though? That's what we need to see, because we do know that at this point, the soft tires are going to start to die out, and the mediums are going to be showing their pace, so...
Yeah, so Contender showed a few mistakes there, whether it was just, I don't know, being under pressure or what. But a little bit of a chink in the armour there already from Contender. Onion Barge is just taking off. Oh, we got Silver further on down on the back of Inferno Koi.
So let's see now. Hugos is, I mean, after that, he's trying to catch up to the back of this this train here, essentially. Contender is sticking well with Onion Barge. Vinny is, if his tires don't start dying out, we do know Vinny is a pad player, so his tire wear might be a little bit more extreme than the others, but Hugos might end up catching him and getting onto the back of this train. See where Matthias is, and
yeah, Silver passed just Inferno Koi there. Inferno didn't really put up much of a fight there, really. He was playing the long game.
Yeah, smart from him. He said that he was a little bit rusty. As I said, he hasn't played in a while. So just playing it safe. Doesn't want to get into any incidents. That's the kind of driving that might actually benefit him. If these guys start getting into problems ahead of him, like we saw Verk, then that might actually play into his hands, and he can actually get some points. Paying attention to his driving style right now. He is driving very smoothly, so looking good for Inferno Koi. Just to give him a bit of a shout out, maybe an ego boost.
A bit of motivation.
Anyway, yes, yeah, that's what sometimes is needed. I'm well aware of that myself. So
Verk, I'm running on board with Verk here. He's going to be wanting to try and recover from that incident. I don't know what happened. I don't think you saw it either. But regardless, he's now down in P9 trying to fight up to get those positions back. And it's going to be wet, isn't that right? It's going to be a turning wet.
Yeah, it's going to start raining in a bit. So this is actually going to help Onion Barge a lot. If he started on those, yeah, that is... Now this is where the problem comes in. They qualified according to the wet, like that it was going to be wet. So they all started on softs. But I mean, in general, they should have not have done that. I mean, because they were the top 10, they should know. But at the same time, it's like, if I were them, I would not have. Let's say it like this: I wouldn't have done that. I would have, since I qualified top 10 and I knew that weather could be changing depending on what was happening, I would have just started on the softs. But it might have just crossed their mind. I'm not too sure.
Well, the Onion Barge, he should have started on the softs.
Same with Silver and Gary.
Well, the problem with him effectively, as it's been said in the chat, breaching Parc Fermé rules is that he's going to have a significant advantage in the sense that he's going to be able to run really long until the rain, which is going to put him in a fantastic position to win this race. Now the question is, it's not for me to decide, but the question is, how will the FIA look at that as potentially, I know we're only in the lap 8 of 26, but there is the potential that someone who breached the park fermé rules is going to win the race because of that. And the question will be, how are they going to deal with that? But I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, that's not fair to... I would say that is 100% not fair to Kutender and Vinny, who followed the rules, whether they did it knowingly or unknowingly followed the rules. It doesn't matter. I mean, I can't comment on this too much right now, especially.
Yeah, well, yes, we're not sure what's been told. As Tara says there, we don't know what they've been communicated, so we don't know. We don't know.
We all know. Yeah.
All we know is that they qualified in the softs and they're starting in mediums. So whatever's been taken.
Ooh, off the track,
yes.
Hugos goes off and has spun out completely. So he's lost his front wing. That is all his good work. Out of the window as my phone is giving me a spam risk. So yeah. Oh, and he gets. Okay, that's great game. That's great. That is great. That is a great game.
Rip Mr. Hugo. Because yeah, I've done that. Happened to me. Well, when did that happen to me?
Oh, somebody's again is off. Mosey's also off as well. So yeah, he's gonna lose all his positions as well. He was driving fairly decently up until that point, unfortunately for him, and he's gonna get it back onto the track. Yeah, there you go. Gets it back on. Very safely too, but there is GK Project coming up behind him and he's going to be slow, so he should be good though, I think.
Slashy's asking, is it already raining? No, for me is not yet. But I don't know how realistic the clouds are in this game, but looking at them it doesn't look too far away.
Yeah, I don't think it is yet. Meanwhile, front Onion Barge staying as much to the inside there on the tower straight as he can to avoid any slipstream from Kutender, who's sticking still with him on, I would say these tires are probably around the end of their life, because lap 10 is when the because keep in mind everyone started on fresh tires since we restarted the lobby, but yeah, these tires die around lap 9 or 10 when that happens. So because I mean some of these corners, like right here, you'll see Maggots, Beckett's, Chapel, and even Stowe. If you're going through such high speed, the loads on the tires are absolutely insane, especially in real life. So
the Ferrari driver that we lost earlier on, Gary, he's in chat.
Gary,
he makes I suppose a reasonable comment where he says it was supposed to be a wet race, so technically speaking we were never committed to any tire. I think that's
Kutender outbreaks himself a bit, makes a little bit of contact. I don't think he lost any front wing there, but it was very close.
Just to go back, and I think that guy makes I don't know, to me it sounds like a fair comment, because you know they were all going to have to start on the wets anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered, you know, if they qualified on the softs. I don't know, to be honest. Look, it's not for me to say. I don't know. The FIA will look into it and let them decide it.
Now we have a race to watch. Meanwhile, Onion Barge extending himself as much as he can, sticking all the way to the inside there. I am very... I mean, I don't think it's going to do him much. I think it's going to hurt him more than he thinks by doing that, because he's just going to sweep a bit, whereas Kutender's just going to have clear air and just fly down there. I mean, it is working because he is out of DRS, but I think that's more down to the tire wear now.
Yeah.
Because he and Vinny are going to be struggling. As did Matthias also qualify in the top 10? I think he did, so he's also going to be in a bit of an issue here. So because he's fourth. As do I see rain now? I think I see rain now, definitely. Yeah, there are a few drops of rain coming down. So is it going to be full wet? Does anyone in the chat know? Is it going to be full wet or intermediates? I think I heard earlier, but I'm forgetting. As Mosey pits for...
Elementrix saying that it's raining.
Mediums.
It's raining! Capital letters. And she is correct. As we would say in Ireland, it's spitting. It's spitting. It's spitting. It's spitting.
I have
really
another
raining.
saying, but I can't say it on stream. Otherwise, Mr. EGL...
Oh, I know what you're going to say. Yes. Look, you're really running the risk of getting the big remove on your commentating. I mean, if, you know what I mean? Like,
I only have a few more races on my contract too, and that's...
I'll tell you. Yes, but the rain is here, people.
There's no contract, don't worry. Yeah, we're going to be seeing the change soon. It is coming down a little bit, as we see some of these guys struggling a bit. Kutender is sticking this out as long as he can. I know he does not want to have to switch off tires. So
yeah, keyboard man is starting to struggle. He's running
especially if
really.
you're on the mediums right now.
Yeah.
It is gonna be very. Did Keyboard Magnuson also start? No, he did not. He was 11th, so he's okay. But yeah, he's gonna be struggling too because or I mean the medium runners are gonna be struggling less because the harder tires in the rain come well in handy. So yeah, Wimpy you can see is struggling massively. Keyboard Magnuson is catching up to him, but also Keyboard Magnuson struggling too, as Wimpy goes off the track now and is gonna have to he's gonna let Keyboard Magnuson through I think for his own sake and Crimsonium is also coming through as well. Oh, but they make a little bit of contact and yeah he is sliding all over the place Crimsonium. This is starting to heat up a bit as we see people start to come back together. As did Kutender make a mistake? Because yeah, Kutender I think has slid off a bit. He's 7 seconds behind Onion Barge now, and Vinny is right on the back of him. So Onion Barge is pitting now for the yeah they're all starting to pit now. So let's see. Vinny is sticking it out one more lap, which
Oh. Crimsonium just drives into the back of Wimpy basically there. As I think in the touring drive. Oh, they both go into the pits.
Oh, and then you're having a little bit of a fight into the pit lane as Crimsonium and Keyboard Magnuson both get time penalties. So didn't get stopped in time.
You are actually allowed to race in the pit lane.
You are, yes.
I remember Vettel doing it in China.
China, I think it was.
Yeah, it is
So
by the rules. It is still
Adam
part of the racetrack.
well. Yeah, Adam as well gets a penalty. Yeah, it is part of the racetrack. Even under safety car, it's a different part of the racetrack, so it doesn't count. So
yeah. Hugo was saying
weird, but, yeah.
Hugo was saying for his incident that he he felt really comfortable in the car going around. Was it cops? And it just went on him. It just spun he doesn't understand why.
It's unfortunate GK project as well. We've got several speeding penalties because people are struggling to get slowed down in the wet. Vinny, a bit unwise to stay out one more lap. I don't know what he was doing there. If I saw people going in and I felt the track was really damp, I would take the risk with them maybe. I mean, especially there, I saw the track. I always look at the racetrack to see the racing line. If it starts to dampen out a bit, I mean, you can kind of sometimes tell, and you can tell by the spray on your wheels. DRS enabling and disabling is usually not your best bet. I mean, that's probably what Vinny was relying on, which is a safe bet, but I mean, it's at the same time, you're kind of, it's a bit of a risk if you go past the pit lane like Vinny did. You're better off just calling it early. I recall China Season 2 of SLR. I was running P7 and I was about 20 seconds behind, and the rain started coming down, but it was coming down slowly. And runs at one point, it felt like pretty decent, like a little bit soon. But I was like, I'm just gonna call it early because I'm passing the pit lane, and I think the next time I come around, it's gonna be like too wet. So I went in a little early, and when I came out from P7, I was in P2, and I was about 10 seconds behind at that point because everyone began going off in the rain. So yeah, Vinny is gonna probably come out P3 potentially here actually. So let me look at the position changes here. So yeah, Matthias did start in the top 10, and he did switch on to those medium tires. Silver did as well, and Onion Barge. So Gary has DNF'd, so that's not as big of an issue, I think, but it is still something to note.
He thinks he may have got hit. He's not sure yet.
Yeah, we will have to review the footage from the stream as well. I saw that incident. It did not look very nice, especially if you lose a wheel before turn 1.
Well, yeah.
There is something. Yeah, that means something has happened. Like to lose a wheel, because I know Nethluke and Nethluke and Adam both did not, and they were in there too. So, but meanwhile, I think whatever little incident Kutender had that we did not catch may or may not have cost him a chance at winning this race, because he is 8 seconds now behind Onion Barge. So I think the race is pretty much neutralized here. Besides,
that's what I was just about to say.
Wimpy is struggling.
Yeah, but Adam's going for a move on Wimpy. Nope.
Is he going to be able to do it here? Yeah, he plays it safe and backs out of it. Wimpy was driving very well, but then the rain came and caused a little bit of havoc, unfortunately for him, on the pad. I mean, I don't know how difficult it is or how easier it is or anything like that on the pad, but Wimpy obviously not enjoying the rain. Adam a little bit better. Ooh, they nearly forces Adam off the track. They make a little bit of contact. Wimpy backs out of it. Yeah. Gives Adam the line, but Adam does go wide, so this is still up for Wimpy to fight here. So, or he might be wise to just back out, and go through down the straight here. But we'll see how this goes for him. He's still holding on though, I must say. It's looking good to get this extra point, or this 1 point. I mean, as Infernal Koi and Silver are going at it as well here. This is looking very tasty as well. Infernal Koi down the inside, he backs out of that. It'll give Silver that corner, but he gets a better run onto the exit of I believe it's Village, the last part of the chicane. I'm not too sure, but yeah, Silver does get ahead of him now.
I mean, this is welcome to seeing, you know, Wimpy and Adam fighting, or Adam, sorry, fighting, and then Silver, Adam and Wimpy, and Silver and Inferno.
Oh, Wimpy overcooks it a bit though. Yeah, he goes a bit wide, but he gets it back on the track. Adam slows it down though to avoid that. Yeah. But yeah, Wimpy did get ahead. I did not see that. I believe you were watching that. Yes, sir.
No, I was running with Inferno, but Adam, I'm watching now.
Yeah, but now he gets back ahead again. This is a good fight so far from these two.
I'm sure Elementrix will be biting her nails watching her man battling for this final points position.
Oh, is that Wimpy's special friend? We'll put it. That's good.
Special friend.
I'm sorry. I try and keep the terms as proper as I can, but
partner.
Sometimes I goof it.
You can say partner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Partner. Yes. Good to see the support.
Female friend.
Chat. Like yeah.
Just like
you have your own supporter.
I have my own female friend. Yes, that would be.
Although I do believe she is. I do believe she wishes more for Edage than the safety of her man.
She has been my female friend for. It will be 13 years this December. Yep.
Wow.
Respect to her for putting up with me for 13 years.
13, yeah, that is very impressive. Congrats, you two. I will tell you right now.
Ooh, Elementrix is a wife to be. Are you engaged?
And let's also shout out my.
Elementrix, are you engaged? Or is that I'm not supposed to know that yet?
Also, if you have an incident, by the way, Gary, yeah, definitely report that. I saw that in the chat. Yeah. Also, while we're at it, while we're calling out our special lady friends, let me give a shout out to my lovely special lady friend who.
Hey?
Wait a minute.
What?
Does not exist.
What? Oh, all right,
No.
okay. I was getting it. But suddenly my ears picked up whenever you said my special lady friend. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's news to me. But then
That does not exist.
Yeah.
My special lady friend who does not exist. So.
Well, you've got me, Triton.
I'm very lonely. Now I'm definitely getting fired. But anyways, we got yellows for something. Who's gone off? I don't see anything here. Okay. Oh yeah, somebody is off now. Crimsonium has spun from P6. Yeah, he's gonna get it reversed and bring it back on. Yeah, so he gets passed by Verk, but he might hold on. No, he's actually gonna lose P8 here, or P7 I mean, because Silver's coming around too fast. Yeah, and he hands that to him. So good rejoin, I think. I would say, because he did. Yeah, but now his tires are cooked, unfortunately. So yeah, look, he's gonna be very slippery here. Unfortunate that the wet weather is catching people out here now. Mosey is gonna have to move out of the way for Vinny, because we're gonna have the blue flags here.
You know what? I think for the next stream, Triton, you can do the hosting, and I'll do the chat because Mosey. Just as soon as I say that, Mosey's lost it.
Oh, I'm seeing a lot of things. I'm scrolling through and I'm seeing people sliding all over the place. Yeah. Oh, I see it now. Oh dear. He's still going though. He's still gonna keep it going. Oh dear, but he nearly puts Verk off the road. So yeah, Mosey's gotta. Yeah, he's a little bit all over the place.
To say Mosey's struggling would be an understatement.
Yeah, he's gotta be a little bit more careful. Yeah, he's gonna move well out of the way there for Silver. There's no more issues, and he's gonna move for his teammate as well. So hopefully, Mr. Friends Toss puts in a good word, and you know. Anyways,
Mosey gets it again.
again, oh dear. Yeah, I think it's down to the fact the tires are overcooked.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. So, I hate to see it, you know, because it is very hard to drive in these conditions. So.
Absolutely, yeah. But I mean, he's in the wrong gear. He's in second gear, and he's hitting the throttle. Too much wheel spin. You want to use those the lower gears, yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, up front, I think Onion's pretty much checked out of this one. Silver is on the back of Burke now because of that little incident. So that's the thing I've been saying is I believe I've discussed this before when I did AOR in 2018.
Yes.
The way it was set was that because there's only one split for AOR and on Americas. So there was I was P3 in the standings there. So I was one of the, I mean, not to like, I'm not trying to say this like brag, but I was one of the quicker guys there. And then there was another two guys. There was my shout out, I'm gonna give a shout out here, my sort of mentor and good racing buddy online, Mr. ACR Raven, who is one of the quickest drivers I've ever seen drive. To say, oh, Silver nearly loses it. Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, he pretty much is the man to beat in America. He's probably the best in, definitely in North America. I can't speak for South America because I know there are some very quick guys there. Even in North America, I don't know if there are a few others, but in the USA at least, I know he's probably number one, the guy to beat here. And yeah, we had several incidents because there are guys in the back who are about 6 seconds off our pace. I'm not gonna give names, of course, because that's kind of rude. But and I'm not really trying to call them out. As Adam has switched on to full
Yeah,
wets.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Is it raining that hard? I do see. Yeah, I see patches of. I see puddles off the racing line right now. I do think it's.
You know, I don't. I think that would be. Well, keep an eye on Adam in terms of his times because he may be onto something here.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on his timings here. See what he does. Might be actually a bit too early. I'm actually looking now again, and I don't see anything. But yeah, back to my little analogy here. Yep. Oh yeah, he's already gone off. Yeah, so, if you pit guys who are like, I mean, if you consider Onion Barge, who is obviously quicker than some of the tier 1 guys, or most of the tier 1 guys, against
you think
somebody. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, were you gonna? Did you say you think Onion Barge is quicker than most of the tier 1 guys?
In SLR, a handful of them are quite quick. I mean, there are a lot of quick guys in tier 1, but then I would say Onion Barge is fairly quick because I'm looking at his lap times as Mosey again. See where Adam comes up though. Oh no, Adam is ahead of him. I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't seen the timings in a while, but I do know Onion Barge is relatively quick as Adam also slides off in front of him. So these two are both
providing the entertainment. That's what they're doing. They're providing the entertainment.
Adam knows what's up.
What?
So I do think Adam is struggling.
I think Mozzie thinks we're playing Dirt Rally.
Yeah, I don't know what Adam is doing. Maybe he's giving us a safety car. Yeah, he's gonna retire. Do we get a safety car? But yeah, that is unfortunate. We have somebody else going into the pits here, Larson, who's also another reserve. So that's interesting. But yeah, if you pit guys, basically my point is that faster guys against people with who are well off the pace, you have to be prepared to, I guess, move out of the way. This is something I had a problem with now in the beginning of this season of AOR now because they've split the leagues into 3 tiers, and I am probably the slowest guy now because of my switch off of a racing line and all that. As we got another guy on full wets here. Yeah, Larson is on full wets as he lets Kutender past. But yeah, you kind of have to be prepared with the blue flags because it's kind of inevitable. But yeah, it can be hard because sometimes you end up in a weird position where you cannot let them go. But yeah, so that's just up to you to be on your toes, I would say. Anyways, let's see now. That's just my little take on it. Crimsonium is catching back up to Silver now, so we might have a battle here. So, I believe we're 4 for 4 so far in wet weather since Canada. Tipsy, by the way.
Alright.
I believe we're 4 for 4 since Canada in wet races.
For wet races, I know it's getting a bit
as you can tell.
Ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, I made my feelings clear the last time in terms of the wet races. I mean, I just think it sucks the racing out of it. Just so many people don't really practice wet racing, and so whenever the track gets wet, everyone drives around like they're in a, I don't know, like like a scooter or a moped. They're just so afraid to just send it because you don't know the limits, and then you know that you're going to lose it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give a quick shout out. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Mosey. I'm reading the chat, and Mr. Harrison is a little bit worried. Let's put it at that. But I gotta give him the benefit of the doubt because he's keeping on going, even though he is about 2 laps down now almost. Or is he 1 or 2 laps? It's 1.
He's 1 lap, yeah.
Yeah, 1 lap.
Yeah. No, I think I've said in a few of the streams before that he, whenever he gets lapped by pretty much everyone, he keeps going. I mean, and fair play to him, definitely fair play to him. Most people just give up.
He's off as well, and he gets a very stupid penalty for that. Okay, so Vinny went off. Inferno Koi has been off, and now we're gonna bundle up a bit here. Sorry to interrupt you.
All right.
Yeah. Also, Crimsonium is falling off the back of Silver as well. So Silver is catching up to Berg. Keeping back up with this. Yeah, but like we were saying, Mosey is doing his best. He is keeping up with, keeping in this, not keeping up, I mean, but keeping in the race. As Inferno Koi, yeah, as I said, he went off earlier. He is changing on to, he's changing.
I mean, if anything, what he's, sorry, Triton, I was going to say, if anything, what Mosey's getting here is lots of practice, lots of wet practice. Yeah. And that's valuable, or invaluable, as they say. So no, I often say it, fair play to the guy, he keeps going. So respect for him for that. But it's hard really to get any racing here in these wet races. Everyone kind of neutralizes each other.
Yeah, at the moment GK Project is...
Yeah, I'm watching him.
All over the back of Wimpy at the moment. Wimpy has a 10-second penalty, but that should be removed. I saw that. He went off and he had to go back there. Anyways, I would... If I were them, that is not 10 seconds. If anything, he lost time by doing that. So similar to a penalty I got in another race before last season, which nearly cost me. I forget which race it was, but I remember I got a penalty that was pretty absurd. 10 seconds when I was trying to rejoin the track, and I rejoined in last place. So yeah, Wimpy's, yeah, he's lost it. Yeah, GK Project slows it down, catches it well. So yeah, unfortunate. Wimpy. I mean, it is a struggle, as we said. It's unfortunate.
Well, I mean, we've seen people losing it in the dry, let alone the wet. I don't know. It's Silverstone. I think is a really slippy track to race on.
Yeah. Speaking of Silver things,
yes.
Silver is on the back of Berg. Berg does go to the inside, but then cuts back because he is in no danger at the moment. Silver's a little bit too far back. So. Berg recovered well after that spin with Hugos, which will probably be looked at.
Elementrix is going on about farming here, that she bought another piece of farmland. Can I question, Elementrix, do you play Farming Simulator? Because if you do, we're going to play together. Mr. Hugos is going to be talking to you in chat.
Is he? Oh, okay. Let me see what's happening here.
Yeah, it must be an update of what's happened earlier on.
I think
you can check that out. And meanwhile, Silver is really putting the charge now on Verk, and this is. For me, uncomfortable watching because I know how difficult it is for me in the wet. Silver's right on the back of Verk here. Yes, right, I think I've seen somebody mention it earlier that I think Silver may have turned his assists on for this, which, I mean, fair enough.
Oh yeah, Hugos just drops it on the. Yeah, he just dropped it on the exit there, unfortunately.
Of cops, was it?
Of cops, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what's happening back up front on the stream.
Yeah, the only battle really worth watching here at the moment is Silver on Verk. Silver trying to use the carton line.
Yeah, I think it would work. I think it would work especially well on Silverstone here, going through those corners up through here on Woodcourt, I think it is, or Priory. I'm forgetting the names exactly. And if you go wide there, you can get a really good exit onto the corner. That's the line I usually take in the dry. So in the wet, I would think it's very good. Instead of just hugging the inside as much as you can, take a late apex essentially. But
Yeah, I'm just watching the inputs here of Silver. Yeah. In fact, yeah, I can even see the guy saying it on chat as well. I kind of agree. If I hit the throttle like that, it's the magic roundabout for me.
Oh wow, the switch back there for Silver. He tries to feed it around the outside of Stowe. So he looked to the inside. Verk went back to the inside because he saw that, and then Silver tried to switch him, tried to fake him out, or dummy him. We got a yellow in sector 1 who's off. I don't see anything. Okay. But yeah, this is heating up, this battle. So
The only thing not heating up is the track.
oh yeah, Verk
Silver's
has got a
going
really
for it.
bad run here now. Silver goes to, yeah, Verk sees him there, gives him the space. Yeah, but holds it around the outside. Now he's got the inside as well. Silver plays it safe, but now he's got a better run. Ooh, but a little bit too good of a run. I believe this is heavy rain now, right? I would say this is heavy
Pretty
rain.
heavy, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not getting any wetter, and I don't think it's going to be worth it to switch onto the full wets.
No.
Mr. Larson's pace is not exactly bad, but it's not exactly good on the wets, I would say. So he's just kind of sitting there. Let's give a shout out as well to a new guy, Van Beats, who is racing for the first time here in SLR Tier 2. Is currently in the points as he gets it. He's sliding a bit. He's gonna keep it. Yeah, there you go. Keeps it under control. So he doesn't have to push too much. Wimpy is behind him with 7 seconds of a gap, so he should be in the clear unless he has some penalties. I do know he has one, if I recall. Meanwhile, through Magnus and Beckett's Verk.
Still watching Silver here, yeah.
Yeah, Silver. But again, the DRS, or without DRS, it's going to be almost impossible for this to happen properly. And Verk has his engine turned up, but he brakes very early. But he's going to get a good run here. Yeah, Silver is able to brake later and get the better corner exit here. Verk 60 inside near Silver, tries to feed around the outside into the final chicane. Verk cuts that off very well, claims the line there a little bit aggressively, but it's okay there. He had the right to do that there. So Silver will hold on, or have to hold on to 7th. There's yellows ahead again, so somebody's gone off once more. I believe that was actually Mosey moving out of the way again for somebody. So.
How's your little belly, Triton? Are you getting hungry?
It's not easy. No, let's see, 12:30. I said I'd be done by 12:30. I am not done. Thanks, F1 game. We got more yellows again.
Yeah, Gary's in the chat saying he doesn't think this battle's going to end well. There was a few hairy moments there, to be fair. I thought there was someone's going to get clipped and spun round. And the closer we get to lap 26, the more desperate the boys will get.
Yeah, Silver, I don't know if he has, I think Verk has penalty too, so let me check. I have the race director.
Yeah, right now, if you could check. Again, there's nobody else really worth watching. This is the closest battle. Onion Barge
Verk
way
has
up.
3 warnings, but I don't think he has a penalty out of it. And Silver has 2 warnings. So both of them should be clear. It doesn't say he has a penalty or not. I think he has a warning for contact, so. Yeah, again here onto this
Elementrix is donating a burger and chips for you. Or fries, I think you called them.
That sounds absolutely delightful right now. And after this, okay, I've been telling myself every morning because I'm gonna sound like I'm really fat by saying this, but I promise you I am very skinny. Like I am abnormally skinny. Ooh, there's contact already there between Verk and Silver, but I don't know if Silver lost any wing, but
abnormally skinny.
To talk to the chat here for a while this is going on. And while the rain has indeed turned up, this is 100%. Now this is some heavy rain right now. So
sorry, I've got a cup of tea from Elementrix. Doing what Kitty hasn't done.
Oh,
can I just say? I just want to say again. As soon as I said that, I realised she doesn't have to make me tea. Can I just say that? She's a free woman. She can do what she wants.
I don't think they're gonna believe that.
Yeah, I don't tell her what to do. She has a free reign in this house. This house is equally mine as it is hers.
I don't think that's coming off as believable. I'm just gonna
a
say
cup of
that right
tea
now.
would be nice, though, to be honest. But anyway, yes, go ahead, man. You are
So as I
abnormally
was saying
skinny, you said?
to Mr. Electrics, I was telling myself for the past month that I'm gonna get, or half a month, that I'm gonna get up early and go to McDonald's for breakfast because they have like fried or chicken biscuit sandwiches now for breakfast, and I don't know why, but I've been craving that, and it is well, I need to actually drive to do that, and I'm lazy, and I need money, and I don't have any. So.
Best
And
McDonald's. What's the
so,
worst?
like, yeah.
Where's the best McDonald's you've ever been to? I mean, we're really advertising here, and we shouldn't really be. But still.
Okay, so where I live in Southern California, the McDonald's around these areas are not very good. I think Silver actually, to hold off, might have a run here. Silver kind of invited him down the inside, but then Silver, down around the outside, but then Silver saw it there. That is
Job done.
Intense. That is some incredible racecraft.
On the
Silver.
last.
Second to last lap. We're on the last lap now with Onion Barge, so thank you, Silver, for brightening up the stream.
Yeah, giving us something to watch.
That was a hell of a move. Yeah. So, but yeah, the best McDonald's.
You couldn't do that if you had no assists.
Yeah. By my old high school, there's a McDonald's right across the street from it. I would never go there after school because high school kids like to go afterwards and be rowdy and stuff there. We got a problem here. Mosey's not moving.
Yeah, he's not moving.
And this is Mosey. You gotta...
Come on, Mosey.
Okay. Okay, now he sees them. Yeah, that's
He's still racing. He's still racing.
Yeah. Maybe he's bored.
Go on, Mosey.
He's letting him go, but now, he doesn't see. I don't think he sees Burke though. This might. Oh, he has to cut that corner even. Yeah, he does not see Burke. Mosey, you gotta give a little bit more space than that, my man. You're doing. Onion Barge won, by the way.
Well done, Onion.
Sorry.
We're watching Mosey here.
Well done. Yeah, but like I said, we speak after. Mosey, yeah, he is not letting him go, and he's
Mosey!
spinning.
Don't go in front of him.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I've seen all there needs to be seen. That is a bit ridiculous. Give him the benefit of the doubt. He is struggling, but this, I mean, you gotta move out of the way for the blue flags.
Blue flags,
That's
yeah.
pretty much ruined the fight here. Burke still had a shot at that.
Yeah, he was 6/10. Oh, rough track there. He was 6/10 behind Silver, but now he's just over 3 seconds.
Yeah. If I were Burke, I would be pretty upset about that.
Yeah.
I honestly, understandably too. So, yeah. Keyboard Magnussen finishes 5th, Vinny 4th, Matthias 3rd. So we're gonna have a lot of things to be said after this race, I think, with them two, or him and Onion Barge. Kutender P2 in the end after getting pole. I don't know how he'd feel about that, but yeah. I mean, he did very well on those soft tires to keep him alive for that long. I will hand that to him. So GK Project as well. Let's give him a shout out here. He was in last place, lap 1, and he was almost a lap. He was well behind, and he's gonna finish P9. So he has done very well. I'm gonna give him a shout out here. He's in the contention right now for the coveted Tier 2 SLR Season 2 Tier 2 Driver of the Day award.
Matthias is up 7 places to get P3. Van Beets up 9 to get P10.
Yes, Van Beets as well did a very good drive as a reserve. Looking very close to a full-time seat. Keyboard Magnussen P5 as well in the rain on a keyboard in Silverstone. I mean, if it were up to me, I'd be giving Keyboard Magnussen Driver of the Day more than often for the keyboard, but because he drives with the keyboard. But yeah,
I don't know, Matthias getting himself up to P3 there. Up 6 places.
Yeah, that's an incredible drive from a lot of people today, and unfortunate for some others. But yeah, this is let's see what's happening here. So
let's check the let's check the standings, see who we
Onion
will give it.
Barge once again claiming another pretty dominant victory, but a little bit controversial because SLR now has some controversy to go along with the rain. Matthias as well, controversial P3 may have to be looked at the by the FIA. Vinny I was told Vinny was slow. I was told many things about Vinny's pace. Sorry, if you're watching this, Vinny, I'm gonna call him out. Mr. Chief said you would be very slow, and you came P4. That is an impressive drive. I mean, another P4 for the another P4 for the collection. But
well, see, I think he's maybe basing that on the fact that on the practice session I was on it as well. Vinny wasn't fast, but he could have been trying out a different setup. He could have been maybe testing a few things, or he could have been sandbagging. But one thing we know about Vinny is he's not slow. Regardless of what track, he's not a slow driver.
Yeah,
so I think you have to expect, pace does kind of follow whatever track you go to, really. And the fast boys will always be fast, effectively.
Mm-hmm.
No?
So now I believe we have we have got a bit of a conversation going on in the pits, or not in the pits, in the cool down room. Let's call it that. The tier 2 general here. So.
But driver of the day, who do you want to give it to? Contenders.
So
Matthias.
Mike. So
Matthias
is one, but
Matthias,
I don't. But here's the thing. Well, I'm gonna have to decline giving it to him because I don't know what the ruling is right now, and I don't know what it's gonna be afterwards. I could be wrong, but considering what happened with the tire choice, and I mean, I don't think he did it on purpose. I'm not calling Matthias out. And in general, he is a very good driver. Like he probably would have pulled that out somehow, because we know how good he is. But considering the tire thing, I'm gonna have to give it to somebody else this week. So I'm sorry, Matthias, but you did well. You did do well still. Like regardless, that doesn't take away from your performance.
Mozzie's getting an awful lot of love in the chat.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say he's getting a lot of love right now.
Mozzie is awesome. Mozzie driver of the day. I love Mozzie.
Mozzie driver of the day, but he had several incidents.
Well, if it wasn't for the blue flags, he would have been a contender for me.
So let's see. So yeah, we've got several reports already coming up here. Okay, my main contender, I think, is GK Project. I kind of want to hand it to him because he looked like he was having a really rough time out there, especially in the beginning before the rain. He was in last place, I believe, at one point, and was doing was doing a little bit. It was looking a little bit uncomfortable, but then when the rain came around, he was able to take advantage of everything in front of him and the carnage that ensued and claim P9, I believe, or P8 was it? I didn't see, but I do think he did very well. My other contender is Contender for that quali lap. But I mean, yeah, that quali lap was something impressive, and we do consider qualifying as well. I don't know who else that could be. Who's in the air? Hello there, Mr. OceanChief.
Hello.
Might have an explanation for some stuff right now. So what do you have for us?
That lovely man's voice.
Yes, listen to that
Mr.
voice.
Chief,
let's pause and
let's take a moment to listen. Let's take a moment.
About yourself, Tipsy, here?
No, what makes you think that? No, we're going to listen to that masculine voice of Mr. Chief. Mr. Chief, you can take it away, and while you're talking, I'll try and get the latest standings on the stream for the people.
You want to hear my voice, do you, boy?
You know what? You nearly made me switch Belfast there, and I'm trying to remain professional here.
Code Brown. Yeah, so the race, as you know, the start of it was one of the worst. I think, I'll call it. It was the worst race lobby we've ever had in terms of bugs. The first one, what happened? The first one, it just froze and loaded up. Was it?
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
The second one, I think people were driving around the circuit while everyone else was like frozen on the track. Yeah, so I just tried to, like, whenever that happens, I just try and stay calm because it is very easy to get stressed out because everybody's firing you messages on Steam and Discord, and people in chat are going, "What's going on? Make it work!" And you're like,
yeah, it's the same whenever the stream dies or something. Black screen, no audio. It's like, calm, everyone.
Black screen,
we've got it under control. It's not an easy thing.
I usually just roll a cigarette and then maybe just light it up, sit back, and then go.
We don't support cigarettes.
Yeah, I'm not sponsored by Gold Virginia. Yeah, if you want to send me some Timber products. But anyway, the lobby. So I think after the third time, you probably saw me in chat, I just said, look, we're going to do another restart, and if this one doesn't work, then we'll try something different. We'll try a different host or something. But I think, I just wanted to come on to the stream to say that if any of the full-time drivers are listening, that's all on Codemasters. I know there's a lot of frustrating issues came out of it. For example, some people are annoyed that certain drivers didn't start on the tire that they qualified on, whereas they did. But we have no rule for that. So unfortunately, this one's going to have to slide, but we're going to maybe look at this and try and learn from it and we're going to try and maybe try out different hosts and stuff, and maybe look at what the issues could have been there.
Yeah.
Because we've had so many race lobbies, with this new game, and there have been a lot of problems, but that was by far the worst one to get started. And it actually looked at one point like, is this ever going to happen? And then you've got the additional point of, it's like the weather is wet in the race.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, do a dry race for the restart. And I'm going, what do you do? So I just went, I know, I'll just go dynamic, because it'll it takes the, it takes the choice out of my hands and puts it on the game. Unfortunately, it went wet anyway. I was hoping for a dry race, but yeah, I mean, the race itself, I was just doing the comms for Wimpy again, and he was doing really great until it rained, basically. And yeah, he just had a lot of issues in the rain. I think this track, I don't know, I've never raced it in the rain myself, but it looks really tricky to navigate, especially maggots, packets.
Driving in the rain just is generally a difficult thing to do, I find anyway. And as I said before, I find, for me personally, Silverstone is a very slippy track. So just to drive it in the wet, I just can't imagine. I hope it's dry on Sunday whenever I'm racing, or not even. I don't even race. I just drive more than anything. But yeah, we got there in the end. That's the main thing.
Yeah, that's it. And I don't want to take up too much of your time. I see there's a few guys waiting there in the sidelines waiting to get on, maybe to curse my name. But honestly, direct all your annoyance to Codemasters. Once again, we had this with the EGL. We've had it with other lobbies as well. But, it looks like things are getting worse rather than better, unfortunately.
No, I was saying on the stream, Chief. Anyway, it's nothing to do with you. It is Codemasters. It's the dodgy internet multiplayer port that they've given us. Yeah, it just doesn't work. And as you say, it just seems to be getting worse. I mean, I commentated all last season in Tier 2 with Bants. I've done this season as well in Tier 2. I've done the F2, I've done the EGL. I've listened to all the Tier 1s with Terra and Thimo. And I can't remember the time whenever we had to restart it 3 times. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, you're trying to run something here, is try to stick into a time frame. People are dedicating, putting a time aside in their lives to take part in this, and it's just getting dragged out because it's so it's not so unstable, but it's just glitchy. It's just buggy. Ugh.
Yeah, that's it. It's unfortunate, but maybe one day, as I said in the last stream, maybe one day they'll release a patch that actually fixes online lobbies, and all our dreams will come true. Yeah, I'll go anyway, but I just want to say to Wimpy, sorry. I was streaming his race there, and I forgot to switch off the stream as I came onto this chat. So
yeah, she's shouting here saying, "Chief, stop the stream." Of course, she says it in a much more fluent and a more beautiful voice than that, but that was my best attempt. But
yeah,
Chief, before you,
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, in terms of we had a kind of a discussion off stream about the interviews. Wasn't really sure whether we were going to do any today, but what do you reckon? Do you want to run? Will we run some interviews?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
try to keep it as normal.
Yeah. I think so, yeah. So I'll get off stream here. I've got a few people want to shout at me, so
all right, man.
Catch you later, guys.
All right, man.
Bye.
Triton, so will we get the interviews on the go? Is he still there?
I believe we can do. I'm gonna have to leave you with the interviews.
All right.
Because we have 2 people here. We're just gonna keep it to 2, I think, since the stream has been going on.
Because it's been going on a while, and plus I'm sure you probably want to get off eating. So we'll do Contender and Silver, and I want to end as I started the stream as well. So
yes. So thank you everyone for having me. I'm gonna be tuning off now. So good luck with the thing.
Thank you very much.
With the interviews, Mr. Tipsy. Thank you again for having me.
No
and
problem.
I will see you guys all next week in Hockenheim.
Well, okay. So with that, I shall move in. Mr. Contender. Hello, Mr. Contender.
Hello.
It's TipsyBob here. You're on the stream. I'm going to give you just a quick re-interview in terms of your first race for the Tier 2. How did that go, man?
It was pretty okay. I started on default setup because I pressed the wrong button.
Mm-hmm.
So I was on default setup the whole race, but on wet tires, it helped me a lot. because default setup is pretty balanced.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was very lucky. I spun, if you saw it, of course you
Mhm.
saw it. I spun on dry terrace. I was very lucky to save the spinning. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy for P2.
Yeah, I was running on board with you for quite a bit whenever you were battling Onion Barge. I just missed whenever you spun, but I did see that you were about 7 seconds away from him. But on the lead up to that, a few times on the stream, we was seeing you kind of running wide a little bit. Were you finding it difficult with your setup?
Yeah, default setup was pretty difficult. The turning, it was I was over understeering a lot
Hmm.
on maggots and Beckett. So I'm happy that I got P2 with a default setup, to be honest, and I'm happy for P2 generally in my first race of the year.
Mhm.
I'm very happy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were saying on the stream that everyone watch out for Contender. He's a really he's a really fast driver. And I've been on track with you before in a practice session, and I've also watched you. I know you were quick, so it was no surprise to me and a few of the other guys to see you on pole. But I mean, Onion Barge has been on fantastic form for Tier 2. So
Yeah, he's amazing. He had monster pace on the wets, especially. I couldn't catch up with him. He was
yeah, but it was great. It was great to watch you, Contender, and taking part in the Tier 2 race. And I think overall, yeah, you should be happy with your P2.
yeah, I'm very happy. Yeah, of course.
Well, thanks, man. I'm gonna just take you out now and switch over to Silver. But congratulations on your P2 and a very strong debut race in SLR Tier
Thank you,
2.
man.
Good
Thank
job,
you.
man.
Thank you.
So that was Contender. I'm going to move in. Moving in Silver. Hello, Silver.
Hello.
So, man, how did that go for you? I was actually gonna start at the very end with the last lap overtake, but you can take it away from where you want to give us a highlight on your race.
Yeah, first of all, qualifying. It was not that great. I mean, I had a wet setup, so I couldn't have the pace for a time trial. So I knew I was a bit slower as normal. But anyways, I was P9, so pretty happy about it. But then at the race, the crashes came. So we had to restart a few times. So eventually at the start, I had a pretty good start, I think, not too bad. But then in front of me, a Ferrari spun. He took a Red Bull with him, and I couldn't avoid it anymore, so I smashed into it. So I had yellow wing the whole race. So I pitted eventually for the Inters. I had a new wing. Then I came with in a battle with Verk. And I think he saw me at first at the inside of sector 2, and then again sector 3, but he left me no space. So first time I half spun, second time it was almost contact, so it was a bit stressful, but I think it was a good race.
Yeah, we were running on board with you for most of I think about the last 5 to 10 laps. Whenever you were battling Verk, some of the people were getting a little bit anxious watching it, thinking that it was going to end in disaster. But your final move that you did on him, it looks like you were trying to do that a few times, and then eventually you made it on the last lap. I suppose you just thought you just gonna have to just send it.
Yeah, I was thinking if I go to the outside, he was going to set me off track again. So I didn't want to have that again. So I was going for the outside, and then the switchback moved to the inside, and there was a little bit of space, so I went for it.
Well, I had the standings on the screen there. Silver, I can just update you why I have you. You are currently P2 in the standings with 143 points. And Onion Barge is ahead of you with 169. So, I mean, it's still to play for. Your brother is just behind you with 128. So, I mean, you keep the push on, man, and that title still can come back to you.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, man. So thanks very much for joining us. Well, joining me because I've been abandoned by Triton. But thanks for joining me, man, for the commentating. I'm gonna head you back to the gentleman's lounge.
Yeah, okay. See ya.
Thanks, man. And then that just leaves myself, people, just to close off on the stream. And I kind of said to the people and off stream before I started that I think it's only fitting that I end the stream as how I started the stream, and that would be for me, myself, and everyone in the racing community to just remember a great racer who we lost recently. Thanks.